season of dreams has become a reality.
The 1995 Cleveland Indians season was a magical year that saw the Tribe clinch its first playoff spot since 1954.
The feeling that every game we played, we were never out of it. The number of comebacks were incredible. Watching that lineup from the bullpen, I was glad to be in the team and not on the other team. They were amazing.
Jim Poole made 42 appearances out of the bullpen that season. He was the Tribe's left-handed specialist out of the pen and was instrumental in helping the Indians clinch a spot in the World Series for the first time in 41 years.
1-1 pitch. A long drive to right. Ramirez turns to the track. She's gone.
Unfortunately, Jim might best be known for the pitcher who allowed the only run, this David Justice home run, in the Braves series clinching Game 6 of the World Series that October.
Even give it up to home run to Justice. I wouldn't trade him for anything. He beat me, and that was that. I did use it to as a motivator going forward, but I'm not and never have been embarrassed or whatnot for having that moment.
Jim Poole doesn't let that one pitch in that one game in the 95 World Series to define his career. He pitched 11 years of Major League Baseball, with 4 of them with the Indians. Towards the end of his career and his retirement in 2000, he and his wife came here to Atlanta to retire and enjoy life post-baseball. But in the last year and a half, Jim has been facing a much tougher opponent.
When we were running, his left leg was not acting normal when we were outside.
Jim's left arm, the same arm that struck out 256 batters in 431 Major League games, started to fail.
It was almost like a little joke was being played on me.
It was at that moment Jim and Kim knew something was seriously wrong.
At that point, I was confident on what I was going to hear, but still, shocking, new, you're the word.
2 months later, on June 15th, 2021, on the 31-year anniversary of Jim Poole making his Major League debut, doctors broke the news Jim and Kim were dreading.
It was literally a gut punch. I mean, there's a lot of other things that would be, better than the diagnosis of ALS.
According to the ALS Association, ALS patients live between an average of 2 to 5 years after being diagnosed.
He ultimately loses something every day, every week, whether it's, the independence of being able to, turn on the TV or feed himself, or, each day, he knows he may or may not be able to do something, so he does whatever he can. Every day he gets up.
I have no idea what each day brings anymore.
There have been more than 20,000 baseball players in the sport's more than 150 years of existence. Jim Poole is considered to be just the 3rd documented prominent player to be diagnosed with ALS. One of the other 3 is legendary and Hall of Fame slugger Lou Gehrig. His life and career was cut short because of ALS. He died in 1941 from the disease, 2 years after his diagnosis and after his famous luckiest man speech.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Gehrig's speech didn't resonate with Jim when he heard it hundreds of times before he was diagnosed. But after battling ALS now for more than a year and a half, Jim feels Gehrig's pain, love, and appreciation.
Now that I live with it, I understand Gehrig's speech. My life is still very blessed.
Jim Poole's ALS story is what his wife Kim calls an emotional roller coaster. It's easy for Jim, Kim, and their family to be negative. However, it's Jim's positive attitude that makes his ALS journey truly inspiring.
When people hear my story, they look forward with optimism, not sadness.
He's been so mentally strong, just never complains.
My wife has been amazing.
The Poole's 3 kids and 2 grandchildren have been with them every step of the way.
It's the best medicine ever. It's the only medicine for what we're going through.
Why do you think it's so important for you to share your story?
You know, if there's somebody else that hasn't, they're not alone. And life does not end.
There's no cure for ALS. The Pooles hope anyone watching and hearing about Jim's story can bring more awareness to this devastating disease.
If we can use his, career to help, fight this disease, that would help, knowing that this was, given to us, for that reason.
ALS does not mean the end of your life. While you are living, never stop living life to the fullest.
In Atlanta with Jim Poole, John Sable, Fox 8 Sports.